What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we're diving back into F90 fastest formula. Last time Liv piloted the whole fighter and docked with his mom and F90 to form F90 next type. They went up against Randiger, and Berg met help Hayden in the future. This time, we will see the battle between the Gundam and F90 continue. We head to the year UC 115, where Gideon joins the fastest formula, and they go up against a Queen Mansa. So let's get into this. Liv has full control of F90. As Randiger continues fighting, he notices that the pilot completely changed from their earlier fight. Patsy doesn't have control of the unit. Liv lets her mom know that he is in the whole fighter. The Tigress can no longer get a hit on the Gundam. Liv fires and is able to take out the left arm on the Tigress. Patsy is amazed that her son is able to hold his own. Help mentions that with the help of the new OS, the N-Type draws out the power of its pilot. He also mentions he has never seen Liv like this before. Liv feels like his body is connected to the Gundam and that he could do anything now. Randiger starts to understand. This is a psycho machine. He puts it together and notes that it must be the fighter that attached to the back, as Randiger is monitoring this for data purposes. The presence of a potential psycho field taints the data. He decides to retreat, but Liv chases. He is shooting ahead of the Tigress as he knows his next move. Help realizes that he is toying with the enemy. Uh-oh, Liv got a little bit of taste of power, and he instantly abuses it. That's a red flag. Randiger can sense the overconfidence in the pilot. He rushes in, taking damage, but he gets in close to F90 and throws it to the ground. The Tigress transforms into a shark and tries to chomp down on the Gundam, but it suddenly moves. Patsy was able to regain control. She dodges and gets the Tigress in a chokehold. Liv is consumed with power and says that he must kill him. He activates the funnels. Gideon comes in with backup. They have him surrounded. Patsy gets out and goes to the whole fighter. That is when Griselda and her busted up Tigress come rushing in. Randiger tells her not to do it. She gets in close and self-destructs her Tigress. This causes the F90 to be destroyed. Help sees that they lost signal with the Gundam. He can't believe this. Neither can Randiger, as he and the Gleam Black Guns make their escape. Everyone is in shock of the loss. At SMRI, Jobjon is informed of the loss of Liv. He mentions that he allowed the Psychomu to consume him. They plan on repairing Unit 2. They are also forming a special team called Fastest Formula. Gideon sees the remains of the Gundam and curses himself for not helping. 3 years later, UC 115, Earth Federation forces Aiden Base Spaceport. Gideon is now piloting the refurbished F90. He thinks back to Jobjon asking him to replace Patsy. They only need his help with the U-Type. Once in space, someone will take over. Job says there is a reason that it needs to be him. Gideon launches into space in the U-Type while thinking of Patsy and Liv. The F90U Gundam F90 Uplift Type is an F90 mission pack that allows the Gundam to leave Earth orbit. It attaches a giant booster pack. Since it is so big, it utilizes more hardpoints than the other packs. After leaving Earth orbit, the booster pack can be ejected. Weapons include 60mm Vulcans, 2 beam sabers, a beam rifle with spare E-packs in the skirt, and a shield. Jobjon doesn't tell him the entire mission and keeps him in the dark. He makes it into space and dumps the U-pack. That is when he is contacted by the team that will receive the F90. However, Gideon will be staying and joining their team. She welcomes him to the fastest formula. Gideon spots a target coming towards him at great speeds. It happens to be the Whole Fighter. The Whole Fighter docks with F90, giving control to the Whole Fighter pilot. They head over to a transport ship where they find a remnant group. The pilot points the beam rifle, causing the remnants to attack first. He tears through the mobile suits with the hilt funnels. One mobile suit is immobilized, but he still decides to kill the pilot, showing no mercy. Their mission is complete. The Whole Fighter pilot introduces himself as Der Rider. Gideon goes, "Nah man, you are definitely Liv." Der says he doesn't know anything about that kid. They head back to their ship, which is a Space Art class ship, the Fair Lady. Gideon meets with Captain Randy Hawkins. The captain tells him that this is different from the previous test team. On paper, they are no different. They test different mission packs for F90, but in reality, they are a mop-up crew designed to eliminate any remaining remnant groups. Captain Hawkins wants Gideon to be the team's mobile suit commander. Der meets with Hajime Tasker, where the two butt heads. Der calls him by his first name instead of rank and family name. He gives off some creepy vibes and walks away. He goes to the bridge to meet with Ensign Usadai Amias, the operations specialist. Der is a warrant officer. She gives him some F90 data to analyze. She also tells him to be civil and not to cause too much trouble with Gideon. Oh, What's going on here? How long has this sexual tension been going on? Gideon is arguing with Help, who is also a part of the team. He's mad that everything that happened 3 years ago was all a cover-up. He thought he was dead this whole time, but Help continues, gaslighting him, stating that this is Dur, and his identity is classified. That is when Dur comes into the hangar. Gideon walks over to him and gives him a hug. He doesn't really care what he chooses to go by. He is just glad he is alive. He says that he is here for him. I really wanted to bang your mom, and I feel bad, so I'm kind of like a father to you now, I guess. The captain also assigned him to be Dur's guardian. He looks up and notices that they have his old F89 on board. He gets sentimental. Later, Dur thinks back to losing Patsy. That is when Usadai comes into his quarters. He says, your mommy may be gone, but this mommy is right here. He thinks back to when he was saved after the incident. A flashback, an erection, and a hint of Oedipus complex? This is like a full house right here. He wakes up to a young girl telling him that he still has a purpose to serve. She takes Liv to the hangar where they look up at a gem sniper custom. He wakes up from his dream. In the Fair Lady briefing room, the captain preps them on their next mission. There is an abandoned colony on Side 4 where some remnants are hiding out. Their mission is to wipe out any remnants who are hiding out there. Their team launches. Gideon pilots the F89. Hajime is piloting the F70 Cannon Gundam, and Dur is piloting the F90 NG type. The F90 NG type is the next type mission pack stacked with the Guards type. The F90G Gundam F90 Guards type is a mission pack designed for defense and escort missions. Its main addition is the multiple beam weapons on its right shoulder. It also has a large shield which covers its left side. He launches. The team heads to the colony where they are met with 16 units and gunners on the field. Hajime heads to infield. Dur is able to sense the enemy's attack. The Fair Lady makes contact. They are scissors. Gideon is able to clear out the mobile suits in S field, while Hajime takes care of infield. Meanwhile, Dur is surrounded by Bawoos. Inside his cockpit is the girl that he saw from his past. She says being surrounded is the best way to take your enemy all at once. This ghost girl also calls him Liv, not Dur. This gives him the energy to take down the Bawoos. Gideon is amazed by just how good Dur has gotten over the years. They note that they are picking up more enemies. Near the colony is a Queen Mantha, the giant mobile suit that was once piloted by Pudu 2. This mobile suit is almost 30 years old. It certainly couldn't keep up with their mobile suits. That was the final last words of Hajime as it blocks their attacks and moves with great speeds. Hajime is about to be crushed when Dur comes in and attacks. The G-type mission pack is perfect for this current situation. Help wonders if the captain knew that this second attack would happen. The Queen Mansa unleashes its 30 funnels and begins firing on fastest formula. Gideon notes the density of the attack and wonders if this is how people used to fight back in the day. It was. Psychopaths. Dur uses the Gundam's hilt funnels to counter the enemy's funnels. Flames erupt, but the Queen Mansa comes out of the flames completely unscathed. As it rushes Dur, he is able to see the pilot's memories. He sees a future of a teen boy who seems to be suffering the same fate as Marita Cruz or Angelo. This pilot only cares about staying alive. Dur rushes in and slices the head off the giant mobile suit. Gideon wants to bring the pilot back alive. Some go into the colony to sweep the area, but Gideon heads back to the ship. He heads to the bridge to demand from the captain to inform him and his team of the entire mission. He says he knew of the Queen Mansa's presence and didn't warn his team about the mobile suit, but for Captain Hawkins, he is just about the results. He eventually tells Gideon that the reason these mobile suits could stand their own in modern times is because they come from a new Zeon. He is of course referring to Mars Zeon. The captain tells him to put his faith in the fastest formula. The team inside the colony informs the bridge that everyone seemed to have cleared out, and the remaining remnants fled. They all return to the ship as their mission is complete. Meanwhile, a team of Ewak Jagans and a G Custom take out a fleeing transport ship. The RGM 111Y2 G Custom is a variant of the Proto-Hardy gun and is an Anaheim Electronics mobile suit developed under the Silhouette Formula project. AE couldn't keep up with SNRI, so they said screw it and started stealing designs. This incorporates the failed Drake's Mega Booster technology with SNRI's stolen tech. This is also used to help test the limits of the heavy gun frame. Despite its high mobility, G Custom's overall performance is actually lower than the Drake. These are also used to help further develop the Hardy gun. Weapons include Vulcan guns, a Mega Machine cannon on the chest, a quadruple grenade rack, the Proto Hardy gun beam saber, a double beam gun, a beam rifle, and much more. This happens to be a team from Anaheim Electronics. One of the pilots is a young girl. And that will do it for this episode. Liv has transformed from the bright-eyed kid to an annoying emo teenager. Gideon is happy that he is alive, but still is being left in the dark about what this team's true purpose is. Next time we will meet with the Anaheim Electronics team known as the Wediot Eyes team. We'll figure out how to pronounce that in the future. We will meet the 2 G-Custom pilots, and Dur will test out the NF-type mission pack. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, mommy issues make you a more powerful new type. Peace.